Hey guys, this is going to be a very weird video for me to make, cause I mean, first of all, I don't even have my VTuber avatar up. It's just Resident Evil 4 gameplay. um, and on top of that, I'm not gonna edit this at all, other than to cut out like parts of the beginning and parts of the end. If you don't include that, then then I'm not going to edit this video at all. It's just going to be entirely me yapping. And I normally script the living hell out of my videos. If I make a video, that is. But normally I act very perfectionist whenever it comes to that sort of stuff. But no, I'm already yapping too much as it is, and it's supposed to be an update and be like, hey guys, here's what's going on with me. And I'm already yapping too much. But point is, for a too long didn't read, I've been, I'm saving the dog here. Look at him, I'm saving the dog. I've been, basically, I'm constantly creative, and I didn't give myself any break, and, that all I had was, that stuff on my mind was being creative, and I need a break, period. That's all you need to hear if you don't want to watch this whole video. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but if you don't want to watch this whole video, then that's it, But if you do want details, then please do stick around. So, like I said, I normally script my videos. In this case, I have a lot to say, and I didn't want to forget any of it, so I added a bunch of fucking bullet points in a Google Doc, thinking, oh, I'll do like 5 or 6, but no, there's like 30 here. So yeah, I guess I'll just, I'll get through them, make it seem as natural, I guess, as possible. But either way, I'm just gonna yap and just talk about all this stuff. But yeah, in a nutshell, I do need a break. I don't know when I'm going to come back. It could be 2 or 3 weeks from now. It could be months from now. It could be a year. But know that I am not quitting. I am not quitting VTubing. I just need a break. But whenever I say that I was like constantly creative, what I mean by that is essentially I had way too many ideas. Some of them I wasn't working on, others I was working way too hard on. But I'm also massively a perfectionist. So if what I see, or not what I say, but if what I'm making isn't 1000% perfect in my eyes, then well, not even necessarily perfect, but like as good as it can possibly be, then I just basically refuse to release it. And that's just kind of like my perfectionist mindset, and like I said, I'm going to go through all these things here. So something that I realized was that, like, if you don't include playing video games for streaming, if you don't include that, then I think I actually didn't play a game for 7 months. Like, and video games are how I have fun, it's how I relax, it's how I sit down, it's how I basically use my spare time whenever I don't feel like being creative, I don't feel like working on anything. Video games are what I do to just relax. And if I'm not playing a game for 7 months, then something is seriously wrong. And, yeah, I wasn't playing a game for a really long time. There may have been like 1 or 2 games here and there. I know I had like a couple days where I was playing Hytale when that first came out, but I didn't like sit down and actually dedicate any time to play a game for 7 months, because I was just constantly coming home, trying to work on stuff. If you like, after my job and after working, I was always coming home and trying to work on whatever art I was making, be it like some YouTube video I was making, some music I was making, or like trying to think of an idea for a stream. I was doing all sorts of stuff. I was doing too much. And like I said, actually, and this is the second bullet point here, VTubing. I was always thinking of games to stream, and whenever I purchased a game, it was never to like if I purchased a game on Steam, it was never, and I mean like never, to just sit down and actually play it. If I bought a game on Steam, it was either so that I could stream it on Twitch as a VTuber, or if I could make some sort of video essay out of it on my IRL channel. I was never actually buying a game just because I thought it looked fun and just because I wanted to, you know, play it. And Resident Evil here actually was one of those games. I 1000% bought the game with the idea of streaming it. And I bought Resident Evil 2 for my PS5, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to stream this game, and I'll stream the whole series. It'll be fun. And one of my friends, I feel terrible that I don't remember who it was, to be honest. But one of my friends told me, like, yeah, you need to, don't stream it, just play it on your own. And I was like, what the hell? Fine. And I did. And yeah, that was the right way to go. But anyways, I'm getting off track. I was always thinking of games to stream, and I never bought a game for the sake of just playing it to have fun. I haven't made that many TikTok videos, but still, like, I was always thinking of ideas of videos to make for TikTok, and basically, I didn't make that many videos, but it was always on my mind. Content, like I said, content creation was always on my mind, and TikTok was always one of those for sure, especially on the VTubing side. Am I gonna pull out a grenade? Yeah, okay, I pulled a fucking grenade here and just get... I go back to the inventory with a pistol, and then bam, yep. Yeah, that's what I thought. I fucking love this game. It's so funny. It's fun as hell, but it's funny. Anyways, yeah, I, was thinking of TikTok videos to make. I didn't make that much, but it was always on my mind. Now, when it comes to music, this is the thing that's gonna be, like, ridiculous, because you guys already know, well, I guess for people that do know me personally, I'm a musician. I make metal music all the time. I have so much fun doing it. I have too many guitars, and a lot of them I don't do a whole lot with, but either way, like, music is my art, you know, and I'm always trying to think of music that I could make, that I would have fun making, and that other people would enjoy listening to. And I had so many ideas, and I had a bunch of ways to do it, and some examples that I can give, actually. So I'm making a concept album right now. I'm not even sure if I'm going to finish. I would like to finish it, but I don't even know if it's a great idea for me to, for my mentality, to make a full concept album because of how much work it involves. I've only gotten like 8 instrumentals so far, and I have the lyrics for one of the songs, and one of the songs is fully complete, but the rest of them are only instrumentals, and I don't know what the lyrics to them are going to be, but I know how the stories go. I say the story goes. And then I had a concept album that was going to be basically the sequel to that one. I didn't have any fully fledged ideas out there, but it was something that I thought, you know, would work as a decent sequel story to this previous concept album. And then I had a slam album, and basically slam is just, you know, the way that I approach it, at least, is that it's just heavy metal music. I say heavy metal music. It's like, it's death metal music, but with a bunch of funny sound bits in there. And I wanted to get my friends together and record sound bits from them, either from their streams or they just say something funny and I use it in a song. And I was working on that one quite a bit. And then I have an IRL album, a second IRL album that I'm also working on. And the biggest problem with this is that these are all albums. Like, I never really release any singles, any just like single songs, or just like a bundle, like I guess like an EP with like 4 to 6 songs on there, just like small packages. And because everything that I'm working on involving music is such a big project, it's a full-length album, I end up never actually releasing anything, despite having quite a few fully finished songs. And if they're not fully finished, then they're well on their way there. I only need to add one more thing, and then it's all good, you know, type of thing. You know, type of thing? What does that mean? But basically, you know, I'm focused so hard. I'm focusing so hard on making big full-length albums that I never end up actually making anything. And if I'm a musician and I'm not actually releasing anything, especially in today's day and age, and also even as a VTuber, that's not good, you know? It's not good for the viewers, and it's also not good for me, because it leaves me feeling so unsatisfied, but also with a lot of anticipation for a super long time, because I know the potential. I know the potential of these albums and like what these could all mean to me, but I never released anything. And it's been a long time. Like 2024 was the last time I had an actually big release, and it was that it was my first EP as a Karasi Theos, you know. And there was the Slam song that I had Lobelia do some that I just took some stream clips from Lobelia, in which Lobelia loved it to bits and pieces. We even did that live action music video together. That was a lot of fun. It's I'm still happy we did that. It's a lot of fun. I don't think we're ever going to do anything like that again, to be honest, because, you know, whatever. Like it's just a lot, and it's also not what I want this channel to be, is live action music videos. It was just an idea that we thought was funny, and then we're just never going to do that again. Yeah, like, I don't even remember where I was going with this, to be honest. But in a nutshell, like, oh, right, that's what I was saying. That song was, like, the last time that I released any music, and in all honesty, as funny as it is, as great as it is, that's not what I fully want my music to be. As fun as it is, and as much as I loved making it, I need to completely rewire what I actually want for my music. I need to figure that out in the first place, because evidently I have too many ideas, and all those ideas are so ambitious that I never actually make anything. So I need to completely rewire and like completely refigure out what I actually even want to do with music. I know that I want to release singles, but it's hard to do that when I'm not doing it, when I'm making albums and whatnot. It's just not a great idea, you know? But that's what's happening with music. And here's the thing that's probably going to sting the most for a lot of people. I had an entire lore video that I wanted to make, and this lore video was actually so ambitious. It was by far the most ambitious thing that I had ever thought of. And I had the whole story written down. I had all the dialogue written down. I had many like story beats written down and everything, because like my lore video wasn't necessarily going to be just a like exposition. And keep in mind, I love VTuber lore videos. I love the lore videos where they're explaining what kind of character they are, what kind of world they're from, and it's all exposition, and I love all that stuff. I think it's all great. But I wanted mine to be a full narrative with characters and like a hero and a villain type of thing. Not necessarily hero, you know, it's more so like a protagonist and antagonist. I don't think it's right to call Karasi a hero necessarily. I think it's stupid and cringe, but in my opinion at least, I don't think Karasi's direction should be he's a hero. It's more so just like he's the protagonist of the story, and there are other characters that are side characters that support the story. There's going to be an antagonist and whatnot, and it was actually going to tie in to the concept album, my first concept album that I was working on, and the story that happens there. Essentially, the concept album was a prologue to the lore video. Like that's 1000% what I had going for it, and I was going to have 3 different lore videos. And like by the time you got to like I think the third one, there would be this huge plot twist that would explain more of the world around Karasi and like why things are the way they are. And here's the thing that's going to sting a lot of people, if they were I say a lot of people that know me at least. But anyone that I've explained that lore video to and like where I wanted it to go, this is what perfectionism does. So I'm going to say this, and if it makes you angry, I understand. But this is what perfectionism does. The concept album that I wrote, the ending that it has, at some point I realized that it just didn't really make that much sense, and it would make a lot more sense if it went another way. However, if I did that, that would mean I can't do the lore video. And unfortunately, I'm just not the kind of person that can allow one story to suffer even a small amount just so that another one can exist. I'm not willing to let one piece of art have a flaw and just allow it to keep having that flaw just so another one can exist. So I scrapped the lore video, just scrapped the whole thing. Like legit. it's not happening. And it's probably a good thing that it's not happening, because that's way too goddamn ambitious, not just for me, but for most people. I feel like most people would not be able to handle a workload as huge as that. I don't even think I can do that. And which is why I'm saying it's probably a good idea that it just doesn't happen, because it's just way too much. And I'm not sure if I want my character, if I want Karasi to have too much lore behind him with a huge narrative and story. It's something that I've like worked through my head a bunch of times, even while I was working through it. And all in all, I'm just not sure. I'm not sure. I don't think I want that for Karasi. Would it be cool if I was able to do that sort of story? Absolutely. It would be great. But I just don't think I'm about that. You know what I mean? I just don't think that that's necessarily for me. And that's okay, you know? It doesn't have to be. I know it's probably disappointing if anyone was looking forward to that. I know that my friend Harmony in particular was very much looking forward to that. But unfortunately, it's just how I approach my art. And it's just how I feel about it. And all in all, it's probably just not good for me to do that sort of thing, because that's a lot of work. Not just for me, but for a lot of people. And for a lot of other people. And yeah, it would be a lot of money on my end that I would need to spend that I definitely don't have. And yeah, all in all, it's just not a good idea. And then on top of that, I was doing IRL video essays. Those were probably some of my bigger projects as well. I only made 2 videos, to be honest, in the IRL channel, and both of those took me quite a long time to get finished, but also it kind of helped me realize that I'm not sure if IRL videos are even what I want to do. I think I much prefer being a VTuber. It's just a lot more fun for me. 1 second, need some water. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, like, I like doing the IRL video essays, or I liked doing them. But the worst part was always filming. It's not that I'm necessarily uncomfortable on camera, it's that it's just such a drag for me to do it. So yeah, I don't think I'll be doing those too much anymore. I say too much as if I even did them too much in the first place. There's only 2 videos, you know? But, you know, like, just adding that to my workload. But also, on top of that, I was wanting to do video essays for Karasi's channel for VTubing. So already, for more ideas, doing too much. And then on top of that, I have a separate gaming channel that I do with my brother. And, you know, like, already piling more stuff on top of a giant workload that shouldn't have any more in it. But on top of that, I was also wanting to do a podcast. I was speaking with some friends about doing that, and even part of me still wants to do that, even though I probably shouldn't, because I have too much on my artistic workload, if you want to even call it that, to be honest. But in a nutshell, I've been yapping for, what, almost 20 minutes now, I think, and, yeah, you get the point. Too many ideas, and if it wasn't just simply an idea, then it was too much work. I was just doing way too much, and none of it was just working, you know. Now that I say that, actually, think about it this way. I was working on all that stuff this entire time, and I barely have anything to show for it. I have, what, 2 videos? And they're IRL videos? Maybe a slam video that's live action? Like, whenever I think about it that way, I was doing a lot of work and, you know, not playing video games for 7 months, and I have absolutely jack shit to show for it. And I'm gonna be harsh to myself here. Maybe I need it. It's pathetic. It's kind of pathetic. And I know that's me being hard on myself, and I probably shouldn't be, but, you know, maybe I need it. Like maybe I should, actually. I don't know. But either way, I don't like the idea that I worked on so many different things, and I worked on all of them so hard that, you know, months later, years later, I have nothing to show for it. I have an EP, which is great, a slam song, which is cool with its own music video, and then 2 video essays. That's it. For as long as I've been working on art stuff, content, that's what I should be saying. For as long as I've been working on content, barely having anything to show is not good in my eyes. So yeah, I think you can understand why I need to take a break here, but kind of segueing into what made me realize that I needed to even take a break, it's actually going back to Resident Evil here. Again, I feel terrible that I don't remember who said it, but still, like, whenever I was told that I should just play Resident Evil on my own, that the games were, quote, too special to be stream games, and that I should just experience them, I did that with Resident Evil 2. I bought it for the PS5, and I played the whole thing, and I thought I just loved it. I loved it so much. And yeah, since then I played the entire series. I played, well, I say the entire series. I played all the mainline games. I played 1 up to Requiem. I played all 9 of them. And yeah, I'm in love with this series now, and I think that they're fantastic. And I even played Original 4, as you can see here, as well as Remake 4. Remake 4 was my first experience of Resident Evil 4, and then I played the original, and I love them both. But Resident Evil made me realize things about myself that I don't think I would have realized if I didn't play the series. And I'm not talking about, like, you know, the themes of the game or like the characters and how deep they are and how much they realize things about myself. No, like, literally just playing them and having fun with them made me step back from creativity and made me realize how, like, what my situation was and what I even wanted for it. Even though I'm still figuring things out, it made me realize a lot of things about what I wanted to do as Karasi in my creative space and making content. Firstly, what it made me realize is that I still love video games. I thought that video games just became like a content type of thing, and if I wasn't streaming, then I just didn't want to play a game. Like, I just wanted to either do something else, like probably like fucking doom scroll on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube Shorts, whatever the hell. Or that maybe I just preferred watching YouTube videos or just watching other people's stuff, you know, and but in a nutshell, or like making music, even though I was struggling to make music and constantly getting frustrated with it and never releasing anything, it made me think that that was my main hobby. And as it's my main passion, but it's not my main hobby. You know, my main hobby is video games, and it always will be. But again, like, playing Resident Evil made me realize that I don't want to play video games for content exclusively. Playing them for content and like streams and whatnot is great and it's fun, but it made me realize that video games need to be my main hobby. And I'm happy about that. And it's one of the best things that I realized about myself from playing Resident Evil is that I still love video games when I thought that I didn't. And there's something that's kind of amazing to me about that. I don't really know how to explain it, if it even makes sense to you guys, but to me it means a lot. But it also made me realize that whenever I was making music and like making YouTube videos and whatnot, it made me realize that just playing Resident Evil, it made me realize the stuff about content. It made me realize that I ended up hitting a point somewhere down the line. I don't know where it was, because I started making content because it was fun. And it was fun to meet people and whatnot. But again, playing Resident Evil made me realize that at some point, I wasn't doing it for fun. I was doing it because I thought other people wouldn't talk to me anymore. Or that I would become some sort of I guess, like, obsolete. And that I just wouldn't be Karasi anymore. And that if I didn't make content for other people, if I stopped making content, then people would stop talking to me. They would stop valuing me. They would stop paying attention and all this, that, and the other. And that's not how it is. I didn't make friends with people that didn't value me. If that was the case, then we wouldn't be friends right now. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing that I was worried of. And it was all completely subconscious. I didn't realize any of that. And that's not good. And that's one thing that I'm really grateful for Resident Evil for. Because it made me, I mean, these games are so goddamn good that they made me fall in love with video games again. Like, I went back and played, like, Dark Souls 3. I visited my brother, and I brought my Steam Deck, and I was like, oh, I haven't played Dark Souls 3. I'm kind of bored. I'll just see how it plays. And I was loving the absolute shit out of it. I lost a lot of time when I was hanging out with him, and he was just watching me play. And I lost a lot more time in that game than I realized. And it's like, it's not just Resident Evil, it's video games. I still love video games. And, I'm getting, sidetracked, and I'm not even remembering what I'm talking about here. But I was definitely making content for other people, and not just in the sense of like, you know, if I stopped making content, then they would stop talking to me, but also because I wanted to be impressive 100% of the time. Like, I wanted to impress people. I wanted people to think that I was cool, and the problem is that they already do, you know, and I have a very hard time understanding things like that. I have a very hard time realizing anything like that. And, you know, it's just one of those things where I guess just I never really thought that was the case, you know, and I didn't make friends with people that wouldn't value me. I didn't make friends with people that don't value me, period. But yeah, and then on top of that, it also helped me realize, like, how I felt about singing. And I'm not talking about singing with, like, in my metal music where I'm doing screams and whatnot. That's just screaming in my eyes, and then singing is a completely different thing. You know, like singing, for, like, a chorus or a choir, singing songs that, you know, people like and whatnot, and that I like. And essentially, whenever I was singing any of that stuff, whenever I tried singing for myself, I was always getting pissed off. I was always getting really angry. I hated my singing voice, and it would get me so angry that I would, like, complain to people and have it be like a fucking therapy session. And obviously that's not good. And there's the whole idea of, you know, well, singing is about having fun. You know, you don't need to sing well to have fun with it. And when I played Resident Evil, I was thinking about that at some point down the line. I honestly don't remember where it was. It's probably somewhere in Requiem. But I kind of started thinking about that. It's like, if singing is about having fun, but I never have fun doing it, it just made me realize, oh, I actually don't enjoy it. And the reason, again, it goes back to making content for other people. I was trying to sing so that I could make music for other people to enjoy, not necessarily make the music that I wanted to make, but that I could make music for other people to enjoy. Again, it all goes back to making content for other people and not for myself. But it made me realize that. And now that I do realize that, quite simply, I just don't have fun singing. Like, it's just not interesting to me. Like, whenever I hear other people sing, I think it's awesome, but I don't want to do it myself because I don't like my singing voice, but also it's just not fun. Like, I just don't have any fun doing it. I have fun doing screams and whatnot, but when it comes to, like, clean singing, it's just not fun to me, and I just don't enjoy doing it. And that's okay. I don't need to, you know? And that's something that was I was definitely beating myself up for quite a bit. And, you know, I didn't even realize it, to be honest, but whenever I did realize it, it felt, I guess, kind of relieving. Like, I guess not so much when I realized it, but like when I realized that it was okay. Because not everybody enjoys singing. Not every musician enjoys singing. And and now I'm like okay with that, and I'm content with it. And it's just quite simply not something that I have fun doing, and I don't have any interest in practicing it because it's just not fun. Learning how to scream was a lot of fun. Learning guitar was a lot of fun. Any of the music that I wanted to make, I thought I was always having fun making. But when it came to singing, it just wasn't fun. And I know I'm repeating myself, but it's okay, you know? No, it's not everyone's cup of tea. And it happens to not be mine. And moving on here, though, moving on to the next bullet point, I think this is the most important thing that I realized here. But holy shit, relaxing is so important. And I'm not talking about relaxing as in like, you know, like, oh, you make art to relax. Or like whenever you come home from work, doing some sort of other productivity, whether it's for your own satisfaction or not. Could it be art or whatever it is? What I mean by relaxing is being able to just sit down and not really do anything. Like sit down and watch a movie, sit down and play some games, whatever it is. That form of relaxing, where you're not actually working on anything, that is so unbelievably important. And I was not giving myself any of that for a long time. And like I've been saying a lot, that's not good. I have to be able to relax. You have to be able to relax. And however it is that you relax is up to you. You know, not everyone relaxes the same. But for someone like me, being able to just sit down in a cozy chair, even if it's like a dumb fucking like camping chair set up in a bedroom, something like that is so important. Because if you don't have a way that lets you feel a peace of mind, you're either going to go crazy or you're going to overwork yourself. In my case, I was doing a little bit of both. I was going crazy and I was overworking myself without even realizing it. But yeah, relaxing is just so important. And on top of that too, next bullet point here, consuming art is as important, if not more, than making art. Now, I am such an unbelievable perfectionist that, again, like if I do something, if I'm making music or writing a story, whatever it is, making a YouTube video, if it's not as good as I can possibly make it, if I half-ass even a little bit and I have to say, oh, it's good enough, then I feel like I have failed as a content creator. Did I just step in a fucking bear trap here? You see that? What the hell? It's like I never played this goddamn game before. Jesus. But anyways, I'm such a perfectionist that if I don't give it my absolute all and I say good enough at any point in the process, then I have failed myself as an artist. Now, I know that's not necessarily true, but that's the way that I feel about it, and I'm not capable of seeing it in any other way. I would like to be, though. I would like to be able to just, you know, be able to make things for fun and to be able to, you know, if I can make music without thinking of what other people are going to think, which I know there's always going to be that, like, but I guess I'm not wording it right. If I'm able to make music, still thinking of what they're thinking, but the most important part is just having fun making it, and the end result is something that I'm satisfied with, that's all that I want when it comes to making music, when it comes to making content. Because, oh my god, perfectionism sucks. It is such an absolute bitch and a half. I don't recommend anyone to be a perfectionist. Well, I don't know. Perfectionism can be good in some area. Again, I'm getting distracted, but perfectionism can be good in some areas. But if you make it to where you don't allow yourself to show anybody anything, like I have for too long, then that's where it's not good. And that's why I say, you know, consuming art is just as important as making it. Because when you're making it, obviously it can be great, but when you see other people's art, whether it's a AAA studio fucking video game or a high budget movie, or if it's just someone's like indie photography that they post on their Instagram, or whatever fucking art that they draw for VTubers or landscapes or paintings, whatever it is, it does not matter. Experiencing art is unbelievably important. And especially as an artist, whatever your field of art is, it is so important. And I lost that for a long time because I was making so many things that I basically stopped myself, unintentionally stopped myself from experiencing art, from looking at other people's art and being able to appreciate it. I ended up hitting a point where I was listening to music and I was thinking of how I could either apply it to my music And that's all I was ever thinking. I wasn't even enjoying the song. I was just hearing it and thinking, it's not really my style that I make, so I'm just not going to listen to it. I just died here. That's great. I'm just not going to listen to it because it's not my style. Or it is my style, but it's not entirely what I'm looking for, so I'm just going to skip it anyways. Or, oh, this sounds like something that I would make. Okay, let me study it. Instead of just sitting down and listening to the music. That's what perfectionism does. It makes it to where you're not capable, for me at least. It made it to where I just wasn't capable of consuming other people's art or consuming music, listening to music, playing a game, anything like that, and just being able to enjoy it. Everything that I was doing was for the sake of applying it to my art. And I was just never capable of just enjoying it. Everything that I'm saying here, like, you might hear it and not give two shits, and that's totally fine. Like, I understand. But for me, it's unbelievably important. And yeah, that's basically everything there. And to close it out, I'll just give some reassurance, I guess. So I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting VTubing. That's not what I want. I don't want to straight up stop. I have too much fun VTubing to just straight up stop, you know. But I absolutely need a break. I need a break from thinking of content, which I already have been taking a break, you know. I just haven't announced it. I haven't felt like making a video for it. It's honestly kind of a miracle that I'm making this video here in the first place. But I'm not quitting. I just need some time to step away from making content, from even thinking of making music, from thinking of making a video, from thinking of what kind of stream I could make. I just need a break from content creation. And I'm definitely getting that for sure. You know, I'm going in a couple weeks here, I'm going on a plane to see my girlfriend, which I am very excited for. I could come back to making content once that trip is done. That's towards the beginning of May once I come back, but I might need more time than that. I might need 3 weeks away from even thinking of content. I might need 3 months, 6 months, a full year. I have no idea. I don't know when I'll be back. I'll still be active on Discord and Twitter or Blue Sky or whatever the hell, so I can interact with my friends. But when it comes to actually making content, that's definitely the thing that I need a break for. That said, whenever it is that I do come back, I promise you I am going to come back fucking powerful. I am going to be stronger than any strongman you've ever seen, than any bodybuilder you've ever seen, than any superhero you've ever seen. I will carry the strength of 10 full-grown men. I don't know. Point is, I need a break. Need to stop thinking of content for a while. Need to stop thinking of music for a while. Don't know when I'll be back. I honestly don't think it will be that long. I don't think it'll be a full year. Maybe I will need a full year, but I don't know. But I definitely need some time for sure. And like I said, I know I have been taking time, but evidently I still need some more. I'm still figuring things out for myself, but just know I'm not quitting. I will be back. And when I do come back, I am going to be very strong. I'm not going to miss you guys too much because I'm still going to be talking to you. But all in all, that's basically all from me. I am not playing this game very well. You see this footage, dude? I'm playing like kind of shit here. Whatever. But that's it from me. If you've made it all the way to the end here, I really appreciate you listening to everything. It's a lot longer than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be like 10 minutes, to be honest, and here we are now with however fucking long this is, but, you know. I appreciate you listening to everything. If you've made it all the way here, be sure to comment, "I made it, Mom. See me? Look how cool I look." I don't know. Just if you have anything nice to say or anything mean to say, I would love to hear what you have to say in the comments. I am going to be reading them if there will be anything there. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Like I said, just need a break. I will be back. But until then, I will see you guys on Discord and Twitter or Blue Sky, anything like that. And yeah, thank you guys for listening, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.